Unity, love, abundance, prosperity, and all things divine. I hope all is well. Happy Mars cycle. I hope everyone is enjoying their full energy cycle thus far. And the message that I have today, which I'm going to get right into it, is going back to the previous videos that I made in regards to the emotional body. Now, when I pulled tarot cards, I had pulled the Eight of Cups. Now, with the Eight of Cups in reverse, it deals with things that you may have to go back and revisit, things that you may going to be walking away from. And how does this tie into the messages I gave previously? Well, we was talking about the emotional body and dealing with cups. You're dealing with water. You're dealing with that watery energy. Now we're getting ready to move into Scorpio season, which it deals with the subconscious. And with that Scorpionic energy, it will allow you to take a deep dive into your subconscious so that way the things in which the scorpion pokes at. Now, if you want to have a better understanding of how this energy plays out in your life, you have to look at your birth chart if you're familiar with that. And if you're not familiar with it, your birth chart is a culmination of energies. It's like the 12 zodiac signs. And each zodiac sign has a house in which it sits in, and is also a house ruler. And then there's also planetary bodies that sit in this house that teach lessons to these different zodiac signs. Now, depending on where your scorpionic energy is, depends on how it plays out. For example, if it deals with the first house, which is the first house is of self. Okay, what are the things that you're dealing with subconsciously that you haven't released yet, which you haven't let go yet, which deals with self, which deals with you, which deals with your inner world. Where the waters reside in your body is within your inner world. That's just like when you drink water. You drink water, it's going into your body. When you dive into the depths of your subconscious, you start to revisit things that played out in the past. Now, again, with this Eight of Cups in reverse, is dealing with things that you may left unresolved if you haven't put attention to, or you may have put attention to, but there's still some crumbs left over. There may still be some water that's left in that cup that you need to tend to so you can change and you can transmute that energy and direct it to where it needs to go. For example, like me personally in my life, now the subconscious things that I've been dealing with as coming up as of lately is things dealing with the past. So it's like friend groups that I used to be a part of, family members, dealing with career, things like that, childhood. All those different things are coming back because there are some things that I myself did not resolve or fully invest my energy into. And the reason why it's coming up now is because, again, just like I mentioned with that scorpionic energy, it's going to poke at these things at the subconscious. So you got to dive deeper within yourself. You got to go into the depths of yourself, which is the darkness, which you came from. For example, when your mom was pregnant with you, right? You were housed within the waters within her womb, within her vessel. Now, while you was there, you was in complete darkness. That's how you was able to form. Now, when you dive deeper into yourself, think about you taking a dive into your inner world and you're seeing the things that you still haven't released and fully let go. The more that you put attention and awareness to it, and the more you put an action plan to it, the more that you will be able to release yourself from these people, places, things, or whatever it is that is keep you stuck stagnant where you are. Some people, you might be going through a pause right now because it's getting you to reflect. It's getting you to sit down with yourself. It's getting you to sit down, honor your divine feminine. Now, how does this play out with each and every individual? Well, again, it depends on where the energy is formed within your chart and what's formed within you. Now, if you're someone that don't express yourself, especially from a divine feminine space, or you're going to get sat down, or it's going to be something that may happen to get you to sit down. Now, and this is another example. Now, back in 2021, my wife, she passed. So after she transitioned and moved on to the ancestral realm, right? There were some things that I had to sit with. Not only did I have to grieve her death, but also at the same time, I had to sit down and think about what my next move was going to be. Also, I have sons as well. So I had to take time to tend to them and also tend to myself. In the process, it was a lot of things in which I had to deal with at one time, which I had to slow down. Now, when I slowed down, I had to make a choice. I made a choice to leave my last 9 to 5. And luckily, I had the resources and things to be able to do that. And guess what? Right after that, that's when it started moving into the part of the year, which was October, which I ended up meeting a life coach. At that point, there was a transformational stage. Now, it's so funny because right now we're going into October. us going into October, we are moving right into that Scorpionic energy, which at that time when I had got the life coaching, it was at the end of the month. So it's so ironic that I'm talking about this right now doing this video, and I'm just taking my experiences and what I've been through and sharing it with you, because it may be people out here that's experienced the same thing or something similar or something, different. And around this same time, each and every year, there's some energies that you're going to be faced with. And sometimes it can be very intense. It all depends on how it plays out for you. So the more you continue again to face the parts of yourself that you have not faced yet, the parts of yourself that you fully haven't let go yet, with people, places, and things that continue to evolve in this cycle. Also, you gotta take into consideration the personal year that you are in, and also the year in which the world is in as well. The world is in the 8th personal year. Now, if you want to find what your personal year is, you calculate the month and the day in which you was born, and you add this year, 2024. For me, for example, I am in a non-personal year, so there's a lot of things coming to an end. So it makes sense that I had to go back and revisit all of these different things, because it's time for me to let it go. The energy has to move away. I got to move out of it. And I may go through a process where I'm going to have to, not may, I know I'm going to have to go through a process where I'm going to have to grieve some of these things that still just is lingering. Things that I haven't faced yet and things I'm going to get into. Now, what does it mean for you? It all depends, again, where the energy resides. But when you take action steps, for example, like the tarot card, the Emperor card, which to me deals with Aries energy. And it's so funny because there's a full moon coming up in the sign of Aries, and it's supposed to be a super full moon. Now that energy is going to be amplified, and it all depends on where Aries energy sit in your chart, lets you know what you need to put action behind. Now me, I'm gonna give you another example. Now where Aries sit in my chart, it sits in Venus. Now, I can't remember exactly what house it is, but there's action steps I need to take so I can fully let this energy go. But it also deals with the career sector of my chart as well. So I have to make sure that I am embodying that divine masculine energy to move forward. Ain't no more me sitting down and actually just like, oh my goodness, I can't be sitting down and not moving. I got to make movement. I got to move. I got to make something happen. Aries, fiery energy. You got to move. That's masculine energy right there. Take a leap of faith. Sit down. You can sit down and think about the things that you may be experiencing at this moment, but at the same time, you have to take action. And this action is going to lead to the better results of your life playing out moving forward.